Students, just imagine suddenly on one night you find dark around you everywhere. Might be it could be a new moon night, so no moon in the sky as well, and you look up. You always find skies full of stars, maybe galaxies, planets as well. But as you are not aware of them, you just feel a kind of maze around you and you can't recognize even one of them. And there may be some smarty guy with you and he or she starts telling you, look, this is Ursa Major, just stretch its two stars, you'll come to Cassiopeia. On the other hand, you have Leo, then we have Lyra, then we have Orion, and you feel, oh my God, I don't understand this, I should know this. Yes, all of us, some or the other time, feel that we should be able to recognize these planetary or heavenly bodies. But how can we? Who will teach us? We can't go to such places every now and then. And occasionally when we go, there is nothing which can help you. Yes, some of you may tell that these days there are real-time softwares or apps like Stellarium or a kind of Skywalk or NASA and so on, which can which can explain exactly what is the object you are looking at. Like just by holding your mobile towards that direction, it can show you what is there in that region of sky. But there are a couple of things. One thing, when you go to such a dark place, there may not be adequate range. And second thing, using a mobile for such reasons is not also appropriate because your eyes sometimes get that extra light and then they are not adapted to darkness again. So always better to know the sky and then see it and enjoy it. And yes, then you need some simple tool which can show you different objects of the sky on any day or on any night at any time. And that is what I'll be explaining to you right now. So you will be taking a study of this product named as Tarangan. It's a bilingual dial of the sky. It gives you mostly Greek names given to every constellation and their corresponding Hindu mythological name as well. So if you understand Indian mythology, fine, you can use those names, and if you are more familiar with Greek mythological terms or names, you can use those names. Fine, so I'll explain to you how to use this very handy, very useful tool to study the sky. You need to understand how to use this star dial quite carefully. So listen to next instructions one by one, try to understand them and then start using it. One thing is for sure, that this will teach you sky over your head definitely, and you can then tell it to your friends that what is this or what is that in the sky. Now coming to this, you will find it has a black colored circular dial of which just this oval shaped window is open. That means half the sky is not open for you to take a look at. So you can see only this much. What does that mean? It simply means that this is a sky over your head and this is the sky which is not visible to you. Maybe in the other part of the earth which is having a day at that time. So this is a nighttime sky. That is first thing to understand. Let us go for second thing. We all live in northern hemisphere. This is designed for northern hemisphere. That is first thing. Second thing, being we are in Maharashtra, we have considered mostly we are around 20 degree north from equator. That is, our latitude is 18, sometimes 14, 15, 20 and maybe 22, 23. And then next states will begin. So this is designed with 20 degree north as the latitude. You know, pole star is visible exactly 20 degrees. If you are, say, in Mumbai, it will be visible around 20 degrees in north direction above horizon. Same way, if you are in place like Pune or Ahmednagar, then it will be about 18 or 18.5 degrees. Hardly some difference between Mumbai, Pune, and maybe as you go down it will be 17 or 16 at the most. Does not matter much. So you know that sky revolves around that pole star in northern hemisphere. That means the position of pole star or Polaris does not change. You look at it at any time in the night, it will remain to be at the same place. So you will find this point around which the disk rotates. So its pivotal point or axis is nothing but pole star of this dial. And we have kept this 20 degree away from horizon. This pole star is kept like this. So it is 20 degree away from horizon. That is, it is designed for 20 degree latitude. I guess it is clear to you now. Now normally when we call this direction as north, we know if we are facing towards north, on the right hand is east and on left hand you have west. But just take a look, you will find here what is printed is west and here what is printed is east. Exactly opposite to what you normally learn in schools. That when you look at north or you are standing facing north, right is east and left is west. Why? Is it some printing mistake? Surely no, it is not a printing mistake. See, finally, this star dial will be held over your head like this. This arrow is pointing towards north and Polaris is 20 degree above horizon. So if you consider this as a Polaris or pole star, if you hold it this way, you will find then exactly when you are facing north, this will be east, this will be west, because you are holding it this way now, not like this. So try it now. You may perhaps get little confused what I am trying to say you, but you hold it this way, you will find okay, this comes east, this comes west, because it is printed opposite. So I guess this is clear to you. Now next. At any time this much is visible, but though this looks small, this side is exactly towards your south. That means if you are looking towards north this way, exactly 180 degrees opposite is this. And if you are standing here, this will be the position which will come exactly over your head. In astronomy, normally the position over your head is termed as zenith. So your zenith is here. The stars which you find over your head would be somewhere here. The star which is rising, you know, stars also appear to rise from east, come up and gradually set towards west. Some stars, of course, those who are in the zenith, passing the zenith, will rise from east exactly and go in the west exactly. But there are stars which are rising just near north and they just take a small round and set in not exactly west but like this, in this direction. Some stars which rise from south, they also don't come crossing to and come towards west. They also go like this and set towards southwest. So first let's understand that sky rotates. Sky does not rotate, but we rotate. So in effect we feel that sky is rotating because earth is taking turn in 24 hours. The sky after every 1 hour or 2 hour looks different. Those which had come up from east, they start coming above and above, they keep rising above, and those stars which are near to western horizon, they set. They go now away from our visibility. So they set. So because we are rotating around ourselves. So I think with this background, let me tell you how to look or how to locate stars at any night, any time. First thing, let us know that there is difference between stars and planets. Planets are wanderers. That means they don't have any fixed position. That means today, if it is say 1st of August, a planet is visible at specific position today, may not be at the same position next year on 1st of August at same time. But for stars and of course constellations as well. See, group of stars is constellation. Normally our ancestors, they found some shapes in the sky, some animals or some objects, and they named these group of stars by that particular shape. Our ancestors grouped these stars, and somewhere they found some shapes quite visible in such combinations. They named these constellations with the object or animal, like Leo resembling to lion, or Scorpio resembling to scorpion, and so on. But it is not that it is same for every mythological names. For example, we call a constellation by name Mruga, standing for deer. Same constellation is named like a hunter or a warrior by name Orion in Greek mythology. But basically, they are groups of stars. Western astronomers have 88 such names, and we have, as you perhaps know, that the Rashi and Nakshatra are what we often refer to. But let us not consider these things. Let us first only know that these are the parts of sky with cluster of some stars together. Now, how to locate them? First thing you have understood by now that you have to hold it to your head. This direction is north and this 20 degree from horizon or from the visible sky. You have to come up to 20 degree, and then this position is your pole star position or Polaris position. Then the very important part, you may find on this dial, black dial I am referring to now, there are months, July, August, like May, there will be June somewhere here. So all 12 months are printed on the periphery of this dial. Now you know that sky does not change so rapidly. One. Second thing, what I mean to say is, on 1st of August, if you find that some star at 9 o'clock in the night is at so and so position, that position will change just a little bit on next day. It will be almost same. Slowly that position will keep changing. So there is very minor difference between same time and successive day. So here on this dial you will find we have given dates with gap of 5 each, like date 5, then 10, then 15, then 20. If today is date say 3, then you have to use position little before 5, that is 3rd of any month, specific month. Now this is about month and dates. How about time, which is very important? Now look at this printed large dial. You will find this has a band which is green here, and it becomes pink or reddish on the other side. Again it becomes green and continues. You will find this has 12, 11, 10 and likewise. That means if you come this way, it is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are 12 hours which are night hours starting from evening, midnight, early morning. Same way, midday and gradually evening. So this part is of course not of any use to us because we cannot see anything in the day hours. So what should we do to get the sky of a specific date and a specific time? We must align these two dials to each other. Remember, we are aligning them to each other, not to a specific position on this dial. They are aligned to each other. One more thing to understand, if on 1st of August at 9 o'clock in the night, if you find some star positions or constellation positions at 9 o'clock today on 1st of August, next year on 1st of August at 9 o'clock, the sky will be just same, absolutely same. If you look after 100 years from now or 1000 years from now, also sky will be same. What will vary are the planets, because planet positions are changing. But stars and constellations will keep rotating in the same fashion because Earth is rotating in the same fashion around itself and around the sun, both. So sky will be same at 9 o'clock on 1st of August in 2020, 2120 after 100 years from now, or any date, any year you consider for same day. Okay, it's clear now to you. Now okay, going back to the same logic. I am looking at sky at 9 o'clock today. Say it's 9 o'clock here. Look. And I have to consider August. So it's July, and July has 30. Then as I told you, we have 5th of August after 30th of July. So I must consider some place in between these two. So I have aligned 9 to some place, some point which is in between 0 and 5, 30 and 5. 30 is from July, 5 is from August. So 31st of July and 1st of August. So I am considering 2 jumps after this date, approximately. It can never be exact. So that does not matter much. Now this is the sky on today's date at 9 o'clock. If you take this, go to some dark place, you will find that on north side these will be the stars, on south side these will be the stars, east, west, and these will be exactly over your head at zenith. If you continue observing sky from 9 to 10, 10 to 11, likewise. Say it happens so that you are looking at sky again at 12 o'clock after taking dinner and something, you once again go out to take a look at the sky. Now what happens? Sky starts rotating. You know that it rises from this side, sets on this side. So it will rotate. Some stars will set, some new will rise. And again you have to come to 12 o'clock in the night. This is 12 o'clock. Bring that 1st of August. Same thing I am doing. 30 and 5. In between I am keeping this 12. So many stars have risen from east. Few stars have set in the west. And of course this point will never rise or set. It will remain in its place. But these circumpolar stars, they are called as circumpolar stars, will keep rising and setting in the same small circle. So they are called as circumpolar. A circle around the pole star is circumpolar. So they keep rising and setting in the north belt itself. Likewise, on any night, take it with you. This can easily go in your bag or in your sack. Take a small torch and red colored gelatin paper. Cover your torch front with 3, 4, 5 layers of red colored gelatin paper, and then you turn on the torch, focus it on this in the night. You are in the night observing the sky, and you know your eyes get adapted to darkness. If torch light is flashed on any object, your pupils will shrink and your you are no more adapted to darkness. Again, you have to wait for at least 15-20 minutes to get a complete darkness adaptation. So, use a red colored gelatin paper, and then that does not really harm you much. So, you can then easily read the content of this dial while observing the sky over your head. Relate that position to this position. Study it carefully. With little practice, you will be able to master this art of recognizing every object in the sky, not the planets, please. You can recognize stars and constellations with the help of this dial. And what about planet positions? You can refer to newspapers or some internet sites where you can easily know that this planet is in this constellation today. So you know that constellation now. So you can easily locate based on brightness and non-flickering kind of objects that is a planet, not a star. So this tool, initially it may look little tricky to handle it, but once you master that art, you will find it's a wonderful, the best ever tool one can easily carry anywhere. You don't need mobile as well. This tool and a small torch with red gelatin paper, good. You can easily locate every object in the sky. Enjoy sky watching, enjoy sky parties, and that you can now be your own guide for those sky parties. And once you do it for yourself, you can easily help your friends understand the sky anytime, any night, anywhere. So, all the best, do it.